Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known by its abbreviation ALS or as Lou Gehrig disease, is a neurodegenerative disease that damages the neurons controlling muscle movements. In this mnemonic video, we'll cover all the important facts about ALS so you'll be ready for test day. Today you're volunteering at the retirement home, where you're taking care of an elderly sports fanatic. Being pretty old, this guy needs a wheelchair to get around, since his muscles just don't work the way they used to anymore. By the way, a wheelchair is our recurring symbol for ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Because ALS impairs the function of muscles, most patients with this disease will eventually need wheelchairs to get around. ALS is a rare neurodegenerative disorder that occurs in older adults, usually around the age of 50 to 60 years old. Let's keep exploring the scene to learn more about ALS. You know how older folks love collecting baseball cards? Well, this elderly sports fanatic is no different. Just check out those vintage baseball cards. In particular, take a look at the one on top, with the baseball player Lou Gehrig on it. And of course, Lou Gehrig here represents, well, Lou Gehrig disease, the other name for ALS. Lou Gehrig was a famous baseball player for the Yankees, who was forced to retire early due to contracting ALS. His speech about the disease on national TV increased public awareness about ALS, which is why it's also known as Lou Gehrig disease today. Uh-oh, looks like our elderly friend here got mad by something on TV and hit the washing machine here in anger. Unfortunately for you, you put your open soda bottle on top earlier, and now the soda is spilling everywhere. By the way, the soda here should help you remember the gene SOD1. You know, since SOD stands for soda. Actually, SOD stands for superoxide dismutase, an enzyme found in many cells that acts to protect cells from reactive oxygen species. Specifically, defects in the first type of this enzyme, or SOD1, have been linked to inherited or familial cases of ALS. However, the vast majority of ALS cases are sporadic, meaning that they are not inherited and occur due to unknown causes. Looks like you might have more trouble on your hands, since the soda spilled all over the motors powering this washer-dryer unit. In fact, I think the liquid here got into and broke both the motors of the washer below and the dryer above. Now we have two broken motors, both on top and below. This picture should help you remember combined upper and lower motor neuron signs. You see, ALS is a neurodegenerative disease that damages all motor neurons controlling muscles in the body, including both the upper and lower motor neurons. We cover the differences between upper motor neuron and lower motor neuron signs in a dedicated video. But for now, you should know that ALS is special because it is one of the only diseases that typically presents with damage to both neurons. This means that it can present with both upper motor neuron signs like hyperreflexia, spasticity, and positive Babinski signs, as well as lower motor neuron signs like flaccidity, fasciculations, and muscle atrophy. If you see a patient with a mix of both upper and lower motor neuron signs, then you should have a high index of clinical suspicion for ALS. So, what made our guy so angry in the first place? Well, being the sports fanatic he was watching a relay race on TV. You know, the event for track and field. Seems like the runner he was cheering for dropped the baton in the pass-off. No wonder why this guy is pissed. Coincidentally, this relay should help you remember riluzole. Relay for riluzole? Simple, right? Riluzole is a drug that works by inhibiting glutamate signaling that has some efficacy in slowing the progression and improving the symptoms of the disease. However, most cases of ALS are eventually fatal, due to degeneration of the motor neurons controlling the muscles used for breathing. Riluzole can help to delay the onset of ventilator dependence for some patients, and may increase survival by a few months. Okay, that's all for this video on ALS. Let's do a quick recap. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS or Lou Gehrig disease, is a neurodegenerative disease damaging the motor neurons that control muscles in our body. Familial cases of this disease have been linked to SOD1 mutations, but most cases are sporadic. ALS is one of the few conditions that can present with a combination of both upper and lower motor neuron signs, due to damage affecting both motor neurons. Patients with ALS are treated with riluzole. Alright, now we're really done. Time to clean up this mess and salvage the laundry machine before someone else sees. I'll see you in the next video.